Growing old is an inevitable part of life, yet it often evokes a mix of fear, resistance, and uncertainty. This natural phase, though challenging, offers unique opportunities for growth and self-discovery. The wisdom of Buddhist teachings sheds light on how to embrace aging as a transformative journey, encouraging us to cultivate grace, dignity, and mindfulness. By integrating these principles, we can transcend the superficial fears of aging and uncover deeper layers of meaning in life. In this video, we explore 7 essential truths about growing old, drawing from timeless Buddhist insights. These truths serve as gentle reminders that aging is not a burden, but a privilege, a chance to deepen our understanding of impermanence, foster compassion for ourselves and others, and live with intention. Rather than dreading the passing years, we can approach them as opportunities to refine our inner peace and align with the rhythm of life. This journey is not without challenges, but with the right perspective, aging becomes a gateway to wisdom and liberation. These lessons are not rigid rules. They invite self-reflection, encouraging us to release attachments and embrace life's fleeting beauty. Join us as we uncover the profound truths that can transform your later years into a period of fulfillment and serenity. Lesson 1: Protecting Financial Security. The Buddha emphasized the importance of right livelihood and wise stewardship of resources. These teachings hold profound relevance, especially in our modern world, where financial stability is intricately tied to our sense of independence, peace of mind, and ability to navigate life's uncertainties. As we age, safeguarding financial security becomes even more critical, ensuring not just a comfortable life, but also a legacy of wisdom and responsibility for future generations. Lending money to friends may initially seem like a compassionate act, but it can often lead to unintended consequences that strain relationships and jeopardize personal financial security. Imagine the delicate balance of a lifelong friendship unraveling when repayment becomes delayed or uncertain. The emotional toll of navigating these awkward dynamics can outweigh any perceived benefit of the loan. Instead of helping, you may find yourself grappling with feelings of resentment or betrayal, especially if the loan is never repaid. This scenario underscores the importance of considering non-monetary ways to support those in need. For example, offering guidance on financial planning, connecting someone with resources or employment opportunities, or simply providing emotional support can often be more sustainable and less risky ways to help. Remember, your financial resources are not limitless, and preserving them is essential for your own well-being and long-term stability. Consider the story of Mrs. Nguyen, a retired teacher who once lent a significant sum to her neighbor, Mr. Tran, during a time of financial distress. At first, Mrs. Nguyen felt fulfilled by her generosity, believing she was practicing compassion and solidarity. However, months turned into years, and the promised repayments never materialized. Their warm and friendly interactions gradually gave way to tension, awkwardness, and eventually, avoidance. Mrs. Nguyen's neighbor began to avoid her entirely, embarrassed by his inability to repay the debt. Meanwhile, she struggled with feelings of disappointment and frustration, questioning whether she had made the right decision. Reflecting on the experience, Mrs. Nguyen later realized the wisdom in offering what she could afford as a gift rather than a loan. By giving without expectation, she could have maintained her sense of generosity while avoiding the strain that debt placed on their relationship. Safeguarding your financial resources is an act of self-respect. It ensures that you remain self-reliant, free from undue stress, and capable of handling life's unexpected challenges. The Buddha's teachings on right livelihood encourage us to earn and manage our resources in a way that aligns with ethical principles and long-term well-being. This does not mean avoiding generosity altogether, but rather practicing it in a mindful and balanced way. When you choose to protect your financial security, you're also creating a foundation for emotional and mental stability. Financial stress is one of the most significant contributors to anxiety and strained relationships. By managing your resources wisely, you can maintain a sense of control and peace, enabling you to live a life of dignity and independence. If a friend or loved one approaches you for financial help, consider these alternatives before agreeing to a loan. 1. Offer non-monetary support. Help them create a budget, explore new income opportunities, or connect them with community resources that can provide assistance. 2. Set clear boundaries. If you do decide to provide financial help, only offer what you can afford to give as a gift without the expectation of repayment. 3. Teach financial literacy. Share your knowledge about saving, investing, or managing debt to empower them to take control of their finances. 4. Encourage responsibility. Suggest alternative solutions such as downsizing expenses, taking on additional work, or negotiating payment plans for their existing debts. Financial independence is not an act of selfishness. It is a mindful practice that prioritizes your well being while fostering relationships rooted in trust and mutual respect. Compassion does not require you to compromise your own stability or take on burdens that may harm you in the long run. Instead, it invites you to approach situations with wisdom, seeking solutions that benefit both parties without creating undue strain. By practicing discernment and setting healthy boundaries, you can protect your financial security while still embodying the principles of generosity and kindness. This balanced approach not only safeguards your well being, but also sets an example for others, demonstrating that true compassion comes from a place of strength and mindfulness. As you contemplate this lesson, consider the following steps to protect your financial security while maintaining harmonious relationships. 1. Review your financial goals. Regularly assess your savings, investments, and budget to ensure that your financial plan aligns with your long-term goals. 2. Practice mindful generosity. When helping others, give what you can afford without jeopardizing your own stability. 3. Communicate clearly. If you choose to lend money, establish clear terms and document the agreement to avoid misunderstandings. 4. Seek guidance. Consult with a financial advisor or trusted mentor to make informed decisions about your resources. 5. Embrace gratitude. Appreciate what you have and use it wisely, recognizing that true wealth lies not just in material possessions, but in the peace and security they provide. By adopting these practices, you can navigate the complexities of financial decisions with confidence and clarity. Protecting your financial security is not merely a practical necessity, it is a profound act of self-care and respect, enabling you to live a life of integrity and independence. Lesson 2. Cultivating independence. Buddhist philosophy emphasizes the profound value of self-reliance. The journey of aging gracefully is inherently tied to the ability to maintain control over one's own life, fostering a sense of purpose and dignity. While tasks like preparing meals, organizing schedules, or managing appointments may appear mundane, they are in fact significant markers of resilience. Independence in these areas reflects not only physical ability, but also mental and emotional strength. The concept of independence in aging is not about rejecting help outright, but about making mindful decisions regarding when and how to accept assistance. Dependence on others should not be the default state, but rather a considered choice that respects one's autonomy. The act of seeking help should come from a place of self-awareness and wisdom, not resignation or helplessness. By striving to uphold autonomy, individuals affirm their capability and dignity, even in the face of challenges. Consider the story of a 70-year-old artist named Mai. Despite being diagnosed with arthritis, a condition that made holding her paintbrush difficult, she refused to let go of her passion for painting. Mai's family often offered to assist her by holding the brush or mixing paints, but she gently declined. Instead, she adapted her techniques, finding innovative ways to continue creating art. Her perseverance became a source of inspiration for her grandchildren, teaching them the value of determination, creativity, and the strength to overcome obstacles. Through her actions, Mai demonstrated that independence is not merely about the absence of assistance, but about the conscious effort to engage with life on one's own terms. Independence, as exemplified by Mai's story, transcends physical capability. It is a profound expression of inner strength and the dignity that comes with self-sufficiency. The ability to make decisions, pursue passions, and handle everyday tasks affirms one's identity and self-worth. By cultivating independence, individuals not only enhance their own well-being, but also inspire those around them. This lesson invites us to reflect on our own lives and the ways we can nurture independence. Begin by identifying areas where you may rely on others unnecessarily. Are there tasks you could manage on your own with some adjustment or effort? For instance, cooking a simple meal, organizing your personal space, or learning to use technology for communication can be empowering steps toward greater self reliance. Each small achievement reinforces the belief in one's capabilities and builds the confidence to tackle more significant challenges. At the same time, it is essential to recognize and respect the natural limitations that come with aging. Independence does not mean refusing help at all costs. It is about finding balance. Knowing when to seek support and when to persist independently requires self awareness and humility. Accepting assistance when truly needed is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to wisdom and the understanding of one's own needs. Aging gracefully is a holistic process that involves physical, mental, and emotional well being. Physical fitness plays a crucial role in maintaining independence. Regular exercise, such as walking, yoga, or Tai Chi, can improve strength, balance, and flexibility, reducing the risk of falls and injuries. Mental stimulation, through reading, puzzles, or learning new skills, keeps the mind sharp and adaptable. Emotional resilience can be nurtured through mindfulness practices, meditation, or engaging in meaningful relationships and community activities. Another critical aspect of cultivating independence is embracing change and adaptability. Life is inherently unpredictable, and the ability to adjust to new circumstances is a hallmark of resilience. Whether it's learning to use assistive devices, moving to a more accessible living space, or adopting new routines, adaptability ensures that independence remains sustainable in the long term. Support systems, such as family, friends, or community networks, also play a vital role in fostering independence. These relationships provide emotional encouragement and practical assistance when needed. However, it is important to approach these connections with a spirit of collaboration rather than dependence. By communicating openly about your needs and boundaries, you can create an environment that supports your autonomy while strengthening your relationships. The story of Mai reminds us that independence is deeply intertwined with purpose. Having a sense of purpose motivates individuals to stay active and engaged. Whether it's pursuing a hobby, volunteering, or mentoring others, meaningful activities provide a sense of fulfillment and reinforce the desire to remain self-reliant. Purpose-driven independence not only benefits the individual, but also enriches the lives of those around them. Cultivating independence also involves letting go of societal expectations and stereotypes about aging. Many cultures view aging as a period of decline and dependency, but this perspective undermines the potential for growth and empowerment in later years. By challenging these narratives, individuals can redefine what it means to age gracefully. Independence is not about striving to remain youthful or defying age. It is about embracing the journey with confidence, self-respect, and authenticity. To conclude, independence is a multifaceted concept that encompasses physical, mental, and emotional dimensions. It is about honoring your inner strength, making mindful choices, and embracing the dignity of self-sufficiency. The story of Mai serves as a powerful reminder that independence is not about perfection or the absence of challenges, but about the courage to engage with life fully and authentically. By cultivating independence, we not only enhance our own well-being, but also inspire and uplift those around us. Let this lesson be a call to action to cherish and nurture your independence, no matter where you are in life's journey. Lesson 3, practicing moderation excess, whether in food, drink, or late-night socializing, often brings short-lived pleasure but long-term consequences. The concept of moderation is a timeless principle echoed in various philosophies and religions. Buddhism, for instance, advocates the middle way, a life of balance and mindfulness that steers clear of extremes. This lesson explores how embracing moderation enables us to celebrate life while preserving our health, energy, and well-being. Moderation is not about deprivation or asceticism, but about finding a sustainable and fulfilling balance in life. When we overindulge in pleasures like rich foods, alcohol, or overworking, the initial satisfaction can quickly turn into regret, discomfort, or fatigue. On the other hand, complete abstinence may leave us feeling isolated or deprived, missing out on life's joys. Moderation allows us to enjoy pleasures in measured amounts, ensuring that we don't sacrifice our long-term well-being for fleeting moments of gratification. For example, consider the impact of excessive screen time. While binging a favorite TV series might feel relaxing at the moment, it can lead to disrupted sleep patterns, diminished focus, and even emotional distress. By setting reasonable limits, such as watching one episode per night, we can still indulge in entertainment while safeguarding our mental and physical health. This principle applies broadly from how we consume food to how we allocate our time and energy. Take the story of Mr. An, a man in his 60s who spent decades attending late-night gatherings with friends. While these social events were enjoyable, they often left him feeling drained the next day. Over time, his health deteriorated and his relationships lacked the depth he craved. One day, after a particularly exhausting evening, Mr. An decided to make a change. Instead of attending late-night parties, he began hosting small, intimate dinners at his home in the early evening. This shift allowed Mr. An to engage in meaningful conversations without compromising his rest. His health improved, and he discovered that these smaller gatherings fostered deeper connections with his friends and family. What began as a practical adjustment transformed into a more fulfilling way of life, where moderation brought both joy and vitality. Practical steps to practicing moderation. 1. Set clear boundaries. Determine your limits in advance. Whether it's the number of drinks at a party or the hours spent working, having predefined boundaries makes it easier to stay balanced. 2. Practice mindful consumption. Pay attention to what and how much you consume. Savor each bite of food or sip of a drink and stop when you feel satisfied, not stuffed. 3. Balance work and rest. While ambition drives success, overworking leads to burnout. Schedule regular breaks, prioritize sleep, and make time for hobbies and relaxation. 4. Listen to your body. Our bodies often signal when something is amiss. Feeling tired, bloated, or stressed, these are signs that it might be time to cut back and recalibrate. 5. Reflect regularly. Take a few moments each day to assess your habits. Are you living in alignment with your values? Are you enjoying life without compromising your health or energy? True joy lies in meaningful, mindful interactions that nourish both the body and spirit. Excess often clouds our judgment and prevents us from appreciating life's simple pleasures. For example, overeating at a festive meal might leave us too uncomfortable to enjoy the company of loved ones. On the contrary, eating moderately allows us to savor the flavors, feel light, and stay present in the moment. Moderation also cultivates gratitude. When we consume or act mindfully, we develop a deeper appreciation for the resources and experiences available to us. This mindset shifts our focus from quantity to quality, enabling us to derive greater satisfaction from less. The middle way, as taught in Buddhism, is a path of balance that avoids the extremes of indulgence and deprivation. It encourages mindfulness in every aspect of life, urging us to live intentionally rather than reactively. For example, instead of eating until we're uncomfortably full or starving ourselves, we learn to eat just enough to sustain and energize ourselves. Similarly, instead of working nonstop or procrastinating, we find a productive rhythm that allows for both achievement and rest. Applying the middle way doesn't mean achieving perfect balance all the time. Life is dynamic and our needs change daily. However, by striving for moderation, we create a foundation of stability that supports us through life's ups and downs. When we practice moderation, the benefits extend beyond our own lives. For instance, moderating our consumption of natural resources like water and energy helps preserve the environment for future generations. In relationships, moderation in our words and actions prevents conflicts and fosters mutual respect. By setting an example of balanced living, we inspire others to reflect on their own habits and make positive changes. Moderation is a gift that keeps on giving. It's a practice that nurtures not only our personal well-being, but also the health of our communities and the planet. By embracing moderation, we honor the interconnectedness of all life and contribute to a more harmonious world. Practicing moderation is a powerful way to lead a fulfilling and sustainable life. By avoiding the extremes of overindulgence and deprivation, we can enjoy life's pleasures without compromising our health, energy, or relationships. Whether through mindful eating, balanced work habits, or intentional social interactions, moderation helps us find joy in the present moment and build a resilient foundation for the future. Let Mr. An's story remind us that even small changes can lead to profound transformations. By embracing moderation, we not only enhance our own lives, but also inspire those around us to live with greater mindfulness and balance. After all, it is in the middle ground that we often find the greatest harmony and contentment. Lesson 4: Staying physically active. Movement is an expression of gratitude for the body's capabilities. It is through movement that we communicate with our physical selves, nurture our health, and find a deeper connection to the present moment. Incorporating daily physical activity, whether through yoga, walking, or gardening, aligns seamlessly with Buddhist practices of mindfulness and presence. Each step, stretch, or breath can transform into an act of meditation and self-respect, enriching both body and mind. In a world increasingly dominated by sedentary lifestyles, staying physically active is not merely a recommendation, but a necessity. Physical movement helps maintain the health of the heart, lungs, muscles, and bones. Beyond the physiological benefits, engaging in regular activity fosters mental clarity, emotional resilience, and spiritual well-being. It bridges the gap between the physical and the metaphysical, allowing individuals to feel grounded and centered. From a Buddhist perspective, movement is not solely about fitness or aesthetics. It is a practice of mindfulness, a way of fully inhabiting the present moment. When you walk mindfully, your feet connect with the earth, and each step becomes a deliberate expression of gratitude. Yoga, similarly, intertwines breath with motion, cultivating awareness and inner harmony. Even mundane activities like sweeping or gardening can become acts of meditative presence when approached with intention. An elderly woman in her 70s, let us call her May, suffered from debilitating joint pain. Her days were filled with discomfort, and she often felt isolated from the world outside. Encouraged by a friend, she attended a local Tai Chi class. The first session was challenging, as her body resisted the unfamiliar movements. Yet the gentle, flowing motions of Tai Chi resonated with her, inviting her to reconnect with her body in a way she had not experienced before. Over months of practice, May began to notice changes. Her pain diminished, her posture improved, and she felt a renewed sense of vitality. But the transformations extended beyond the physical. The slow, deliberate movements of Tai Chi became a form of meditation, a time for her to clear her mind and embrace the present moment. The practice taught her patience and self-compassion, as she learned to honor her body's limitations while celebrating its strengths. Through Tai Chi, May not only found relief, but also discovered a profound spiritual peace. Her mornings, once filled with stiffness and apprehension, now began with fluid movements and a sense of gratitude. Tai Chi, she said, opened a door to a life I thought I had lost. Practical steps to stay physically active. 1. Start small. Begin with manageable activities, such as a 10-minute walk or simple stretches. Gradually increase the duration and intensity as your body adapts. 2. Find joy in movement. Choose activities that bring you happiness, whether it's dancing, swimming, or gardening. Joyful movement is more sustainable and rewarding. 3. Create a routine. Consistency is key. Dedicate a specific time each day to physical activity, making it an integral part of your schedule. 4. Incorporate mindfulness. Transform your activity into a meditative practice. Focus on your breath, the sensations in your body, and the rhythm of your movements. 5. Listen to your body. Pay attention to your body's signals. Rest when needed and avoid pushing yourself to the point of pain or injury. 6. Engage with community. Join a class or group activity. The social aspect can provide motivation and a sense of belonging. Caring for the body is a sacred act, honoring the vessel that supports your journey through life. In Buddhist teachings, the body is viewed as a precious gift, a temporary home for the spirit. By nurturing it, you acknowledge its value and express gratitude for the life it sustains. Physical activity is not about achieving perfection or adhering to societal standards. It is about cultivating a harmonious relationship with yourself. Each stretch, stride, or deep breath becomes an offering of self-respect and compassion. As you move, you affirm your vitality, resilience, and capacity for growth. This perspective invites a shift in mindset. Exercise is no longer a chore or obligation, but a celebration of life's energy flowing through you. It becomes an opportunity to connect with your inner self, to release tension, and to embrace the joy of movement. Incorporating physical activity into daily life doesn't have to be daunting. Begin with small, mindful changes. Walk mindfully. Turn your walk to the store or around the block into a meditative practice. Pay attention to each step, the rhythm of your breath, and the sensations in your body. Stretch with intention. Take breaks during your day to perform simple stretches. Focus on the release of tension in your muscles. Gardening as movement, digging, planting, and weeding are not only physically engaging, but also deeply grounding activities that connect you with nature. Incorporate play. Dance to your favorite song, play with your children or pets, or try a new sport for fun. How do you currently view physical activity? Is it a joy, a chore, or something else? What small steps can you take today to incorporate more mindful movement into your life? How can you transform a routine activity into a meditative, intentional practice? Staying physically active is a pathway to holistic health, bridging the body, mind, and spirit. It is an expression of gratitude for the miracle of life and a commitment to honoring the vessel that carries you through it. By embracing movement with mindfulness and intention, you open the door to profound physical, emotional, and spiritual transformation. Lesson 5: Financial Wisdom as a Legacy. Financial planning is more than just a method to ensure personal stability. It's a profound act of love and responsibility. By taking the time to organize your finances thoughtfully, you not only secure your own future, but also create a foundation of security for those you care about. This form of preparation embodies foresight and compassion, leaving a lasting legacy that speaks to your values and care for others. One of the most significant gifts you can give your loved ones is the clarity and direction provided by careful financial planning. This encompasses creating a will, maintaining accurate records of your assets and liabilities, and ensuring clear communication of your wishes. While these tasks may seem daunting, they provide immense benefits in the long run. Proper planning minimizes the potential for misunderstandings, conflicts, or financial hardships that might arise in your absence. Consider the story of Mr. An, a father of three who approached his financial planning with meticulous attention to detail. Over the years, he carefully documented his assets, investments, and liabilities. He also wrote a comprehensive will outlining how his estate should be divided and took the time to discuss his decisions openly with his family. When Mr. An passed away, his children found themselves grieving his loss, but free from the stress of financial ambiguity. His thoughtful preparation allowed them to focus on healing and cherishing his memory, rather than grappling with unresolved questions or disputes. This clarity was a testament to his love and respect for his family, leaving them with a profound sense of gratitude and closure. In many spiritual and philosophical traditions, including Buddhism, the concept of interconnectedness highlights the impact of our actions on others. By planning your financial future wisely, you are actively reducing potential suffering for your loved ones. This foresight extends beyond material wealth. It's a reflection of your mindfulness, compassion, and understanding of the bigger picture. Budgeting wisely is another crucial aspect of this legacy. A well-maintained budget ensures that you live within your means and allocate resources for future needs. This discipline not only benefits you, but also sets an example for others to follow, teaching the importance of responsibility and forethought. It's a quiet yet powerful way of guiding your loved ones toward financial stability and independence. Financial planning can be complex, and it's natural to feel overwhelmed at times. Seeking professional guidance, whether from financial advisors, legal experts, or trusted mentors, is a wise step. These professionals can help you navigate intricate processes, such as estate planning, tax strategies, and investment decisions, ensuring that your plans align with your goals and values. Their expertise can provide clarity, saving you time and potential mistakes while offering peace of mind. Your approach to financial planning doesn't only benefit your immediate family, it can ripple outward, influencing your community and inspiring others to adopt similar practices. When people witness the positive outcomes of your foresight, they may be encouraged to take proactive steps in their own lives. This ripple effect underscores the importance of leading by example, demonstrating that financial wisdom is not just a personal achievement, but a shared benefit. Life is unpredictable, and even the best laid plans can face unexpected challenges. Flexibility is a crucial element of financial wisdom. Regularly reviewing and updating your plans ensures that they remain relevant in changing circumstances. Whether it's adapting to economic shifts, family changes, or personal goals, staying adaptable allows you to maintain stability and confidence in your financial journey. Financial wisdom extends beyond monetary value. It's about fostering a mindset of prudence, generosity, and mindfulness. By modeling these qualities, you inspire others to approach their own lives with a similar sense of responsibility and care. This intangible legacy is perhaps the most valuable gift you can leave, as it shapes the attitudes and behaviors of future generations. Practical steps to begin. 1. Draft a will. Ensure that your wishes are legally documented and updated regularly. 2. Create a budget. Track your income and expenses, setting clear goals for saving and spending. 3. Document assets and liabilities. Maintain an organized record of your financial holdings and debts. 4. Seek professional advice. Consult financial and legal experts to refine your plans. 5. Communicate openly. Discuss your plans with your loved ones to ensure understanding and alignment. 6. Review regularly. Revisit your plans periodically to account for changes in your life or circumstances. Financial planning is not merely a technical task, it's a profound expression of love and mindfulness. By taking proactive steps today, you alleviate potential burdens for your loved ones, reduce stress for yourself, and set a powerful example of responsibility and care. As the story of Mr. Awareness and illustrates, the clarity and foresight you bring to your financial affairs can leave an enduring legacy that resonates far beyond material wealth. It's a reminder that financial wisdom, when guided by compassion and thoughtfulness, is one of the most meaningful gifts we can offer. Lesson 6. Nourishing the body and soul. Health is the foundation of spiritual practice. Without a healthy body, the mind cannot focus and the spirit struggles to thrive. Prioritizing health through regular checkups, a balanced diet, and mindful habits is not just about physical well-being. It's a way of demonstrating self-respect and cultivating an environment for personal growth. Food is one of the most tangible expressions of care and mindfulness. It should be both sustenance and celebration, prepared and consumed with intention. Choosing nutritious ingredients, respecting the origins of your food, and savoring each bite can transform eating into a sacred act. For example, a colorful plate of fresh vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins can nourish the body while symbolizing the diversity and abundance of life. Take the story of Min and Lan, a retired couple in their 60s. For years, they lived in a bustling city, relying on convenience foods to save time. However, after Min experienced a health scare, the couple decided to adopt a more intentional approach to their meals. They began growing their own vegetables in a small backyard garden. At first, they struggled with the basics gardening, but over time, they learned to nurture their plants with patience and care. Every morning, Min and Lan would walk together through their garden, harvesting fresh produce and sharing conversations about their plans for the day. They started preparing meals together, turning cooking into a joyful ritual. Each dish became a reflection of their creativity and gratitude. This shift not only improved their physical health but also deepened their emotional bond. Their garden became a sanctuary, and mealtime evolved into a celebration of life's simple pleasures. Nourishing your body mindfully enhances your capacity to engage with life fully. A healthy body supports a clear mind, which in turn allows you to connect more deeply with your inner self and the world around you. Spirituality is often about being present, and mindfulness begins with the physical sensations of the body. When you eat with awareness, you can notice the textures, flavors, and even the energy of the food. This practice fosters gratitude for each moment and the interconnectedness of all things. Practical tips for nourishing the body and soul. 1. Plan your meals with care. Take time to plan balanced meals that include a variety of nutrients. Incorporate seasonal and locally sourced ingredients whenever possible to support sustainability and connect with nature. 2. Create rituals around food. Transform eating into a mindful practice. Light a candle, say a prayer, or take a moment of silence before meals to express gratitude. 3. Grow your own food. Even a small herb garden can add freshness and vitality to your meals. The act of gardening can be meditative and rewarding. 4. Stay hydrated. Water is essential for physical and mental well-being. Make drinking water a mindful habit by using a favorite cup or adding a slice of lemon or cucumber. 5. Practice moderation. Avoid overeating by listening to your body's signals. Eating slowly allows you to recognize when you're satisfied. 6. Share meals with loved ones. Eating together fosters connection and creates opportunities for meaningful conversations. Sharing food is a timeless way to build relationships. 7. Avoid processed foods. Limit your intake of highly processed and sugary foods. Focus on whole natural ingredients that nourish the body and mind. When you approach nourishment with mindfulness, it becomes an act of self-love and gratitude. The effort you put into preparing healthy meals reflects your appreciation for the body's role in supporting your journey. Gratitude extends beyond the plate, encompassing the farmers who grew the food, the natural elements that made it possible, and the loved ones with whom you share it. Each meal becomes a reminder of life's abundance and the interconnectedness of all beings. Mindful eating has the power to transform not only your relationship with food, but also your overall perspective on life. It teaches patience, awareness, and appreciation. By slowing down and focusing on the act of eating, you learn to savor the present moment and cultivate a sense of fulfillment. This practice can extend to other areas of your life, helping you approach challenges with calmness and gratitude. Reflection questions. How do your current eating habits reflect your level of mindfulness? What steps can you take to make your meals more intentional? How might sharing meals with others enhance your connections? Nourishing the body is not just about physical health. It's an integral part of spiritual practice. By treating food as both sustenance and celebration, you honor the body as a vessel for your journey. As you cultivate mindfulness through your eating habits, you'll find yourself more grounded, grateful, and connected to the world around you. Like Min and Lan, you too can transform the simple act of eating into a profound expression of love and joy, nourishing both body and soul. Lesson 7. Embracing mortality. Death, often regarded as one of life's greatest uncertainties, is an inevitable part of existence. While it is a topic that many avoid or fear, embracing the reality of mortality can lead to profound personal growth and inner peace. Across various philosophical and spiritual traditions, death is seen not as an end, but as a natural phase of life, one that holds valuable lessons for those willing to reflect upon it. Buddhist teachings, in particular, offer a unique perspective on death and impermanence. In Buddhism, the contemplation of mortality is not meant to evoke anxiety, but to serve as a gentle reminder of life's transient nature. This practice, known as Maranasati, or mindfulness of death, encourages individuals to reflect on their finite existence. By acknowledging the impermanence of life, one learns to live with greater intentionality, finding deeper meaning in each moment. Preparing for death, both emotionally and practically, is a profound act of love for oneself and others. Emotional preparation involves accepting the inevitable, making peace with past regrets, and nurturing gratitude for life's blessings. Practical preparation might include organizing personal affairs, such as creating a will, documenting end-of-life wishes, or sharing heartfelt messages with loved ones. Consider the story of Mrs. Lin, a woman nearing her 80th birthday. Aware of her declining health, she decided to write letters to her children and grandchildren. In these letters, she shared her life experiences, wisdom, and love. She recounted stories from her youth, offered advice for navigating challenges, and expressed her deep gratitude for the family she cherished. These letters, written with care and intention, became treasured keepsakes after her passing. For her family, they were more than words on paper. They were a lasting connection to her spirit and a source of comfort in moments of grief. Accepting mortality transforms fear into liberation. When we come to terms with our impermanence, we are no longer shackled by the anxiety of the unknown. Instead, we are empowered to live more authentically and purposefully. This shift in perspective allows us to prioritize what truly matters: relationships, meaningful work, and personal growth. The brevity of life enhances its beauty. Just as a flower's fleeting bloom makes it all the more precious, our limited time on earth compels us to savor each moment. By embracing the reality of death, we cultivate a greater appreciation for life's simple joys: the warmth of the sun, the laughter of a friend, or the serenity of a quiet morning. Regular reflection on mortality can deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. This practice might involve meditating on the impermanence of all things, writing in a journal, or engaging in conversations about life and death with trusted companions. Reflection helps us confront our fears and uncover the values that guide our actions. Philosophers throughout history have echoed this sentiment. The Stoics, for instance, practiced memento mori, a reminder of death, as a way to foster gratitude and clarity. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This perspective encourages us to focus on the present, knowing that the future is uncertain and the past is beyond our reach. Contemplating mortality also has the power to strengthen our relationships. When we acknowledge that our time with loved ones is limited, we are more likely to cherish and nurture those connections. This might mean expressing appreciation more frequently, resolving conflicts with compassion, or simply spending quality time together. In the story of Mrs. Lynn, her letters were a testament to the depth of her love and the bonds she shared with her family. They also served as a reminder to her children and grandchildren to treasure their own relationships and to communicate their feelings openly. Preparing for death is not just about organizing one's affairs, but also about leaving a legacy of wisdom and values. This legacy can take many forms: a written memoir, a collection of stories, or even the memories we create with others. What we leave behind is not measured by material wealth, but by the impact we have on those we love and the lessons we impart. Practical steps for embracing mortality. 1. Reflect on impermanence. Dedicate time each day to meditate on the transient nature of life. This practice fosters mindfulness and gratitude. 2. Communicate openly. Have honest conversations with loved ones about your wishes, fears, and hopes. These discussions can bring clarity and strengthen bonds. 3. Plan ahead. Take practical steps such as creating a will, documenting medical preferences, and organizing important documents. 4. Express gratitude. Make it a habit to express gratitude for the people and experiences that bring joy to your life. 5. Live intentionally. Align your actions with your values, prioritizing what truly matters to you. When we embrace our mortality, we not only transform our own lives, but also inspire others to do the same. Our courage to face life's impermanence with grace can serve as a powerful example for those around us. In acknowledging our shared humanity, we foster a sense of connection and empathy that transcends cultural and generational divides. As we navigate the journey of life, let us remember that death is not an adversary to be feared, but a teacher to be embraced. By contemplating our mortality, we unlock the potential to live more fully, love more deeply, and leave a lasting legacy of wisdom and compassion. In the words of the poet Mary Oliver, "Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" Aging is not a diminishment of life, but a profound opportunity to deepen your connection with yourself, others, and the world around you. It invites us to move away from the distractions of superficial pursuits and embrace the meaningful lessons that time generously offers. These golden years are a chance to live with greater wisdom, joy, and peace, cherishing every moment with gratitude. As you reflect on the teachings we've explored, ask yourself, which of these resonates most deeply with your personal journey? Is it the practice of mindfulness, the cultivation of compassion, or perhaps the courage to let go of past regrets? Each lesson holds the potential to transform not just how we age, but how we live each day, no matter where we are on our path. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your reflections in the comments below, and let's continue to build a community that inspires and uplifts one another. Thank you for being part of Buddhist Mindfulness. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected with more transformative insights. Together, we honor the sacred journey of life, walking mindfully with intention, one meaningful step at a time.